Hello everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here, and this is another non-fitness video, another Belarus, Eastern Europe, Russia video. And this one is about the differences between Belarus and Ukraine. Now, I always liken it to like the United States versus Mexico, but I have to say I've never been to Mexico. I have been to Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia, and Ukraine does not have gigantic drug cartels. But in a lot of ways, Ukraine, I guess we should say was, because it's going to be different after the last few days and in the future to come. But Ukraine was kind of like the Mexico of Europe. I've described it like that. Other people I know have described it like that. People who have been to Mexico. Yeah, so Belarus is lawful and orderly. And by the way, I like both Belarus and Ukraine. It's just like I like ice cream and I like salmon. They're completely different. They're both food, but I like them both for different reasons. Salmon I like because it's very nutritious. Ice cream salmon's tasty too, but ice cream I like because it's very tasty and sugary. Completely different, both food. And I like both of them. Belarus, law and order, very safe. Not much to say there. There's not much crime, not much homelessness, not much drug use, abuse, whatever you want to call it. It's very good, clean country. Physically clean also, but I meant clean, doesn't have a lot of bad stuff here. That's great, and they've preserved their country. It's mostly Belarusian. Now, there's nothing wrong with other countries and other people, but I think it's great when countries can preserve themselves. And other countries can preserve themselves. We don't need to mix everything up, and now there's no more uniqueness. Let's have unique here, unique here. It's just like I said, I like Belarus, I like Ukraine. Completely different, both unique. Both nice. Except Belarus, law and order. Ukraine, the opposite. For the most part, in Western Ukraine, you'll be safe walking around. Now, I have not been to Eastern Ukraine, but I know lots of people who are from there or been there. And one of my classmates, he won't let his wife go. I mean, maybe he could let her go there, but he said he won't let her walk around there, so I guess she would just be trapped in their home. He said he doesn't even want to walk around there because he said groups of guys will beat you up and rob you. And I said, well, what if you're with a group of your friends and you decide to fight back? And he said, well, there's going to be more of them than there are of you, 10 plus guys. So yeah, it's not good, not safe. Not as clean as Belarus, especially not in the Chernobyl zone where I have visited. Sadly, they use it as a trash can. Typically not just on the street. No, there is trash just on the street, but typically they'll be like, ooh, that's a nice little crevice over there. Toss their bottle in there. Ooh, there's a crack in the street here that leads to a little underground, not that far underground, but a few feet underground. I don't know why. They have raised foundation. I don't know, maybe they did that after Chernobyl, before Chernobyl melted, I don't know. But they throw their trash in there, and I guess you can say it's a natural landfill, that's where trash goes anyways, but it's not so nice when you're walking around a historical area that's being preserved, and there's trash everywhere, and graffiti. There wasn't that much graffiti, but still graffiti. Say you want to go somewhere, so you go to a train station to go to somewhere else. You speak the language, which Ukrainian and Russian, but when I was there, the lady spoke Russian. She was a Russian lady. Older people tend to speak Russian. My fiance has been my fiance for years now, because it's been very difficult to get married. She speaks Russian too. And it was not straightforward to get the train tickets. You would think it's I want 2 train tickets. Ideally ones that are next to each other. Okay, thank you, bye. That's how it is here. That's how it is everywhere. I mean, maybe not in India, I don't know, or Afghanistan. But in Ukraine, when you go to get train tickets, it's difficult. And if you don't speak Russian, well, they don't understand, I guess. I don't know why, like it's not that complicated. You're at a train station to buy train tickets if you go. They should know you want one train ticket, not one ice cream cone. They don't sell ice cream cones. They sell train tickets. Oh, but I forgot trains go places, so you go Lvov. Now, if you're not at Lvov, probably they should assume you want to go to Lvov. But yeah, even if you speak the language, it's complicated. If you don't speak the language, like, you're probably not going to get a ticket. Like, other people I know who tried to get train tickets from Kiev to Lvov and ended up finding some guys that were illegally selling the tickets. You know, like, their buddy works on the train, he's the guy who checks people's tickets. So they just tell him, hey, these guys, like, they gave us money, so, like, don't mark them down on the roster. It's like they don't get the free water. Yeah, free water on the train. Yeah, I think it's because they paid for first class tickets, which they found out like they didn't actually pay. They just paid this guy who has the buddy on the train. Yeah, they got all, and I don't care. Like, whatever works. Who cares if the money goes to the train station that can't operate properly? It's their fault. They couldn't sell them the tickets, so they had to buy them from someone illegally. Yeah, but the train, like, I remember it wasn't the most cleanly train. When other people I know went on it, they all got sick, they think, from the train because they said the bathroom had piss and shit all over the floor. Ukraine may sound like a really shitty place, but I like it there. It's nice to go somewhere where there's no laws. Yeah, it's nice to be somewhere where it's very lawful and orderly, and it's nice to go somewhere where there's no laws. Like I said, they're different, and they're both nice in their own ways. Now, to live and raise children, I would do it here in Belarus. I want my kids to be safe, to not be affected by drugs, to not be affected by whatever harm may come their way. In Ukraine, like, probably they'll be okay, but it's like you don't just go by probably. You go by, it's always probably, but when the probability is above a certain point, you decide, that's a little risky. Not quite worth it. It's like my classmate decided it's not worth it to walk around over there in parts of Ukraine. It's like another classmate of mine, a Jewish one, decided it's not worth it to live in Western Ukraine because he's Jewish and there's a lot of neo-Nazis. Now, I really liked Ukraine when I was there, but it doesn't change the fact that it's lawless, horrible crimes go on, like not just littering, like killing people and bribery and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So as you notice, there's not much to say about Belarus because it's very safe. You can sleep in the street and you'll probably be fine. Most likely. I mean, I've slept in public in Poland after I drank a lot. I decided to take a nap on a bench in the middle of the night and I was fine. I would not do that in Paris. I've done it here, but not for very long. Also, you might get in legal trouble for sleeping on a bench drunk, so better just to call a taxi and go home. But for me, it's like if my fiance is with her friends, maybe I decide to go take a nap. I'm an old guy, I take naps. Yeah, if you want to be safe, Belarus is the place. If you want to buy drugs without prescriptions, or I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you want to play Mafia, go to Ukraine. Once again, I like Ukraine. but it doesn't change the fact that it's not some beacon of freedom. It's great that people in the West care about their freedom a lot. I chose to live in Belarus. I like Belarus. Yeah, not a whole lot more to say. Belarus is law and order, Ukraine is lawless. People-wise, very similar, except in Ukraine, if you speak Russian, they might give you a bad attitude. And I'm sure now, with what's going on, they might give you a worse attitude. I mean, I can't blame them right now about that. I would give people bad attitude too if there was a war going on. What could you want me to say? So yeah, in Belarus everyone speaks Russian. In some villages, some people might speak Belarusian. In Ukraine, a lot of the young people speak Ukrainian, especially in the West. And old people speak Russian. A lot of people speak both Ukrainian and Russian. People I've talked to thought that nothing improved after that 2014 hostile takeover of the country.